Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and we are back with another Icewind Dale. Mm. Well, this is the last stream of the year. I want to thank y'all for being here. And this is really important too, because not only does it mark the end of my first calendar year of streaming, but it's also going to mark the end of the vanilla Icewind Dale game. Because tonight, we are finally going to meet up with the elusive Brother Poquelin, and we are going to confront him for all of the stuff that he's done that we've been catching up to this entire game. And I'll ask you to excuse me, of course, because it is a big stream, because it is a final boss stream. I've got a bit of a sore throat, so if I sound funny, that's why, but I'm going to try and get through this anyway. We'll see if I can make it the whole time. We're going to go over here. Okay, well, we'll just let Motmic do it. A little bit. Definitely better than I was this morning. Let's see. Alright, up the stairs we go. And I also want to go ahead and throw out a notice that there will be no stream next Saturday. This is the last stream of the year, then I'm going to take a week off, and I will be back on January the 11th with Heart of Winter, the expansion for Icewind Dale.
Greetings, child of Ilmater. How are you today?
Well, don't really care for that voice, do you? Well, we can play along with his charade, but I think Hatheland's been waiting a long time to say this. Yeah. Just drop the act. We've been hacking through people for days, for weeks, just to get out of these damn mountains.
I'm sorry, but war and charades are the only two games I know how to play. If they are not to your liking, I'm afraid you'll be ill-equipped to play the game that's about to begin.
Yeah, he does kind of sound a little like Mark Hamill's Joker, doesn't he?
After centuries of Exonomai's laboriously worded speeches and delusions of grandeur, it is a welcome change to hear such succinct threats from an enemy.
You're welcome.
Thank you for disposing of her, by the way. Her speeches were quite tiresome, and she suffered her defeats so poorly.
Okay, well, at least that we can agree on. I like this line. Like, you'll know exactly how she feels in a minute. But no, we're going to go ahead and see if we can get him to do a villain's monologue here and maybe explain to us some of what's been going on.
The only thing really standing in the way of my conquering this territory was Exonomai. When you killed her,
Yep.
you removed the largest obstacle in my campaign.
Yeah, see, you recognize it? Yeah, that is the voice of the Crypt Keeper.
As you probably already know, my arrival in this world was a result of conflict with my ancient adversary. I was exiled from my home plane when my vendetta with Exonomai got, as my superiors said, out of control.
Did they say it as creepily as you just said it, though?
As soon as I arrived in this world, I knew that Exonomai would follow. After all, what's a few thousand years and a billion miles between old friends? I sought out a base of operations from which I could start a military force. In the process of doing so, I heard something calling to me from a distant glacier.
Let it go, let it go.
It was this. Grenshiniban. It's an artifact so old that it makes me seem young. A crystal shard with magical powers of such magnitude that Kaldahar's Heartstone gem looks like a child's toy.
Now, in case you're not familiar with that, Grenshiniban is like a key point in R.A. Salvatore's Icewind Dale trilogy, which is the series of books that introduced Drizzt, the Dark Elf, and Bruenor, Battlehammer, and Wulfgar, and Catti-brie, and Regis the Halfling. So, And of course, the Icewind Dale games draw a lot of inspiration from the characterizations of those novels. So Crenshennabon is, I don't know if it was made up by R.A. Salvatore for those books, or if it already existed in the Forgotten Realms and he drew from that for his novels. But it is, you'll see it if you read any of his books, it shows up. It kind of does, doesn't it? It sounds like a frosted donut or something.
Just having it in my possession caused the monstrous creatures of this land to leave their ancient homes and seek me out. Its other powers are too numerous to mention.
If you have read any of the books, you may be able to guess at one of the powers we're going to see, which will be coming up fairly shortly.
Despite the fact that the shard has a somewhat overbearing personality, our plans seem to coincide.
Yes, because intelligent artifacts sometimes try to overwhelm their handlers, you see.
As for my lieutenants, they were easy enough to find. All of them were eager to join my cause, except for poor, naive Brother Poquelin. The guise of an Ilmatarian revered brother was perfect for traveling and gathering information in Icewind Dale. The form was easy enough to assume. The information inside of Poquelin's head allowed me to flesh out the role.
I hate the way he says that.
Everything was going well, until that annoying Arundel and your good friend, the late Hrothgar, decided to investigate Exonomai's poorly veiled activities in Dragon's Eye. If that idiot had been a little more clandestine in her business, no one would have suspected. To stall Exonomai and seal off Icewind Dale, I used Crenshennabon to freeze the passes, but not quickly enough to prevent Hrothgar's band from starting their expedition. I had Craig Frostbeard and his giants cause the avalanche that crushed Hrothgar, Acalia, and those other fools.
Which, of course, is the very first thing that happened to us.
After that, I didn't really care what you were doing, until you seized the Heartstone gem from Exonomai. I thought that Arundel would be the only person capable of using it. When I killed him, I thought the threat was ended. I certainly didn't expect you to take the gem to Laurel in the Severed Hand. Very clever. Unfortunately, your actions since that event have been inconsequential.
I keep waiting for him to do the Crypt Keeper laugh.
During your extended bloody trek through Upper Dawns, Worm's Tooth, and Lower Dawns, I was building up forces elsewhere, outside of Easthaven, to be specific.
Man, this is one heck of a villain monologue. He's telling us everything. Yeah, he hasn't hit his pun limit yet.
So you see, the destruction of my forces here simply prevents me from having reserve troops during my conquest of the Dale.
I mean, that's still something, though.
It's a good thing you can't see Easthaven now. It would probably break you to see how easy it is to crush houses and cause temples to explode. Everything you've done is pointless. I am the beginning and the end of this story. I, and only I, will determine how it plays out. Goodbye.
So polite. Well, you see all these, like, cats, chicken, there's a bear, a wolf. They're all gonna go hostile here in a minute.
In the heat of the battle, the twisted priest of Ilmater stumbled, gripping his chest as if mortally stricken. A faint glow began to emanate from the crystal that hung round his neck. Suddenly, The entire cave was engulfed in an explosion of blinding light. When the light finally died, the party discovered that they were no longer within the dark passages of Dorn's Deep. As they struggled to regain their bearings, they realized that they had been returned to the town of Easthaven. But this was not the sleepy fishing village they had left so long ago. Enchantment had fallen over the town, encasing what remained of the shattered homes and buildings in a prison of solid ice. At the center of the destruction, upon the very spot where the Temple of Tempus once stood, rose a massive tower of crystal.
Well, so here we are. yeah, they got a lot of famous people to do this. Jim Cummings, of course, is in there, and John Cassier. All right, well. Ooh, a Cyclops. Let's take care of that. Yeah, I feel like that's true, actually. Well, there's our squirrel friend from earlier. Ooh, that was grisly. Yeah, like if you just leave a microphone out, kind of like a plate of milk and cookies for Santa, Jim Cummings or Frank Welker will just show up. Okay. We'll head across the bridge in a moment. I want to kind of open up this map so that y'all can see all of the unfortunately smashed homes. Easthaven's been pretty much destroyed. I like this like sad, slow remix of the original Easthaven musical track. And I also like that there's not separate combat music. That's the music we get for Easthaven now. There's Cyclops everywhere. Cyclopes. One-eyed giants. There we go. Oh hey, look here. A friend.
Yes? We'll see about that.
You. Thank the gods you've returned. I don't know what's happened, but the giants came out of nowhere, and the ice, it just rose from the earth. And the villagers, the giants herded them up and there we go. They took them to a camp. They tore timbers out of the buildings and used them as a stockade in the southeast corner of town, on the island. I don't know if they're okay. Well, we'll see what we can do. You have to free the villagers. Everard's among them, and he may know of a way into the tower. I saw the giants drag him into the tower, then return him to the camp. I don't even know if he was breathing. Okay. Yeah, Jonah needs to go hide. There is one thing I can do. That blade you brought me so long ago, it's healed. I simply fell asleep with it on the table beside me one night, and in the dream it melted together again. When I awoke, it was restored. I want you to use it. Use it to defend Easthaven from these monsters. Well, thank you. Thank you. Please be careful. That tower, there's something evil within it. I can feel the hate from here. It's like waves streaming off the tower. Ooh, the Blade of Ionin. Cool. There we go. Now see, of course, if we had not done that, if we had not given him the sword and kind of solved that encounter back at the very beginning of the game, we wouldn't have any... we wouldn't have this magical sword now. So let's take a look at that. And also it looks like Motmic leveled up. Awesome. I love both of those things. Okay, here we go. You know, I'm going to dump all of these into Detect Illusion. Okay, now, the sword. Oh, Sana will probably have it. Oh, wait, she leveled up too. Cool. I didn't see. Need to pick another weapon proficiency for her. She has halberd and spear, of course. Somebody has everything at this point except for maybe two-handed sword. So, I guess we'll just give her longsword. She's not going to use one anyway, and she'll never have more than one rank in it, so it is what it is. What's this? Yes, here we go. So, this once shattered blade lay in the breast of a Keishara, the last of the white dragon matriarchs that ruled the spine of the world. It was wielded by Ionin, a distant ancestor of Jonan the fisherman in Easthaven. The sword has lain at the bottom of the lake for almost a century, waiting to be returned to one of its wielder's bloodline. How it has been restored to its original state is unknown, but whatever the reason, it looks like a powerful weapon that can help you free Easthaven from Brother Poquelin. The blade seems to draw its strength from Denishire itself. As long as the wielder is within a dragon's flight distance of the lake, the blade is a fearsome weapon. So, there we go. Fire and cold resistance plus 25%, plus 5 maximum hit points, as long as you're near Denishire. And again, it's a plus 1 weapon, but it jumps up to plus 5 when you're near Denishire. So that's pretty good. Well, Aravane's broadsword. He's been using this for a long time. Let's give this to Hatheland, then. I think that's the most appropriate. He can hang on to Aravane's broadsword and keep that, but, you know, he's actually a native of Icewind Dale. He's the one who's fought hardest to defend it. Okay. Let's go and rescue us some villagers. Oh, hey. The tavern is still intact. We should pop in there and see what's cooking. You never know. Oof. Look at that. The only building still intact for a given value of intact. Just to see this. Well, maybe something in the basement? Hey! It's old Jed.
We'll see about that.
Hey there, matey. We've been done for all the giants and children are being held by the women in a stockade south of town, past the bridge. Everard be captured down there, too. Join drinking and Jed and we can pass the time. Why did they take him anyway? Oh, what you be asking me for? There was... giants! There be giants in the town. They be only having one orb of shite to be sheeing with. And I'll kill you. Pretty. Ever. Okay. Well, bye, I guess. He's just as useless as he was last time. I don't know if that's different if you can get him, like, off the sauce, basically. There is a conversation option that we didn't do because you have to have a character in the party who has a certain amount of both intelligence and charisma. But the first time you come through Easthaven, you can talk him out of his alcoholism. And I don't know, like, if you do that, he might be a little bit more coherent and useful this time around, like when you meet him again. Let's see who made it. So, Gaspar, Apsel, there we go, the guy who gave us the dagger for killing the wolf in his shop. Damien, that's the kid who lost the fish to the goblins. Grisella, the tavern keeper. Alright, there's Churin. Quimby, who runs the inn. There's Everard, of course. Dilsandra, Jeffy, Amadora. Those are the kids that were playing with the squirrel.
I'm ready. Okay.
I can't tell you how glad I am to see you again. I thought for sure we would end up as food for those one-eyed brutes sooner or later. Watch yourself, there may still be more of them about town. And I'm sorry, I'm just not up to doing most of the voices tonight. Let's see what everybody else has to say. I'm scared. Please don't let the big monsters eat me. I'm beginning to think you're obsessed with the idea of monsters eating you. Oh, is that a Vor joke? I don't care. I'm just going to tell him that he's okay. There's Apsel. I want to talk to all the named ones. Thank the gods you're here. You best go over and speak with Everard. The old warhorse has taken quite a beating, but he still has the strength enough to lead us to safety. Amazing. I didn't think anyone could put down those brutes. You should speak with Everard. He'll be wanting to form a plan to save us all. Okay. I'm sure he will. Some of them are already just wandering off. Let's talk to Quimby. Please, I don't want to die. Not here. Not like this. You've got to do something. Ask Everard. Yes, that's it. He'll know what to do. I never thought I'd lay eyes on you again, dearie. Quick, we've no time to waste. Go talk with Everard. Okay, we get it. We get it.
Ready. You have returned to Easthaven. I pray you are not too late.
Well, you should have prayed harder then. Last time we met you, you weren't very serious about it. Are you okay?
Yes. I was brought into the tower by the giants. They sought to break me, force me to break the glyphs.
For Jared Stone?
Yes. If they open it, then we are all damned. Poquelin, his armies will number all the souls of hell. All Faerun will be destroyed.
Well, better stop him then.
Let me show you the sign. The ice gives way beneath a symbol. Crossed hands, blood upon the wrists. With it, you should be able to open the tower. I will follow later, if I can.
Okay. Well, we know what to do.
Done.
So let's get back over here. It looks like... Alright, Astrid got a level up. Wonderful. Now is a good time. Sam did as well. Ooh. That's a lot of spells. My goodness gracious. Okay, take an Armor of Faith. We might not get to use most of these anyway, so... I think this is appropriate. Take one of those. Okay, we'll just do one of these then, because I want to get on with things. And yeah, well, that'll be hard to aim. We'll take a blade berry. We've not gotten to play with that. Oh, wonderful! Keishara leveled up as well. Level 6, 7, and 8. Well, now that's something to celebrate. Because we already have Death Fog and Disintegrate. She's got some other really good spells. Death Spell's not probably going to help us against a final boss. Chain Lightning might. That's too chaotic. We'll try a Freezing Sphere. Level 7, we have Acid Storm. Let's try that. And our first 8th level spell, wonderful. Simulacrum, Mind Blank, and Incendiary Cloud. Well, you know we've got to take Incendiary Cloud. Let's head in here, and I think perhaps it's best if we rest. We should recover those spell slots. Make sure we have all of our protections on.
Agreed.
Oh, wow, that's silly. We can rest in the middle of nowhere here. Oh, okay. Well, apparently we can't.
Agreed.
Well, that's that then. No problem. We'll just head right along inside. I guess it kind of makes sense, since this is effectively the final level. Ta-da!
You have found your way in, I see. I will attempt to open the passageway below to Jared's stone, but these glyphs are born of Tempest himself. It may be beyond my power.
Alright, well, can we help?
If you would help, climb this tower. See if there is another way to Jared's stone.
By going up, we're going to get to the basement? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but
I'm on it.
whatever.
Done.
So yeah, one of Crenshennabun's signature powers is that it can create this massive tower of crystal with, like, you know, all these furnished rooms and things like that. See, these beds look well kept and comfortable. They'd probably be a safe place to rest. Oh, sure, we can rest here now. Great. That makes lots of sense. Directly in the belly of the beast. Let's see. Ah, there we go. It's the stairs upward. Come on. Oh, look who it is. So, we meet again. Welcome to CherokeeStarfish. I trust your visitation is not a social call. Oh boy. What are you doing here? Interesting choice of words. Much has changed since you last visited Easthaven. Now, as you can see, I run this town. Huh. Okay, well, here's a fun choice. Which one of these should we say? Because Pomob, of course, was always kind of a D-bag. So this is our chance now to make up for being nice to him earlier. We treated him with respect, and he talked down to us and, tried to short the expedition and stuff like that. So, you want to call him a little worm? They're all pretty good. And I think he has about the same reaction to any of them. So it's just, we can indulge ourselves. Well, that would be one heck of a social call. Alright, you little worm. Poquelin. You still have no idea of what you are up against, do you? The Master has many names, and many forms. His power is beyond imagination. You cannot hope to defeat him. Why not just surrender yourselves to me? At least I would be merciful, and grant you a quick death. Oh boy, look at this. Huh. Have you gone mad? Or Poquelin is using you, or we're not interested in your mercy. What do you think? Should we try to appeal to his humanity? Should we try to appeal to his pride? Or should we just threaten him? Number 2. Alright, going once. Going twice. Alright, let's see how he responds. It is the Master's will that I should rule over this town. It was he who gave me this tower, this magnificent palace, as a reward for my service to him. Oh, yeah, and what could you do? The occupation of Easthaven was inevitable. The Master had intended to take the town from the very beginning. I was simply charged with removing certain obstacles so that his plans would go more smoothly. You did what? It was I who first proposed to send an expedition to Kuldahar. I knew that braggart Hrothgar would jump at the chance to go dashing off to the rescue, and that he would no doubt drag along every other sword-waving idiot in town. Oh boy. So, this was his idea, huh? I cannot tell you how pleased I was to see my little ploy succeed. I nearly laughed myself to tears as your expedition charged off into the mountains, leaving Easthaven defenseless and ripe for the taking. Oh boy. So he's been in on this from the very beginning, you see. So, yeah. Now we have another choice. So shall we call him a snake and a betrayer? Shall we just indulge his monologue? Or shall we just tell him what we're about to do to him? Yeah, basically. It's like, you fool, you buffoon. You thought you defeated us, but you only made us more powerful. I'll let you all pick. Number 2. Yeah, maybe he'll monologue some more. Yes, though it appears that some of you managed to survive. In fact, you managed to go on to become quite a thorn in the Master's side. Well, I am sorry to inform you that your little crusade ends here. I cannot have you interrupting the Master while he is on the verge of completing his grand design. Which is... do you really think I would tell you everything? What kind of imbecile do you take me for? Oh boy, now here's some good ones. The dead kind. Ooh, a spineless traitor who's about to die. Or we can give him one last chance for redemption. What do you think? He's made a lot of bad choices. Should we offer him the path back to the light one last time and let him turn it down? Or should we just proceed on to step 2, profit? Because both of those are fairly satisfying. Alright then. So, yes, we take you for what you are, you spineless traitor. We shall see who does the dying this day. Sentries, slay them. Well, let's just kill him first.
Time to turn this one down to size.
Ooh. Okay, well, I see what he's trying to do here. He has multiplied himself with magic to create a distraction. But there's one thing that he didn't plan on. Keishara's willingness to fireball the entire party to get him. Oh, there he is. The real one. Let's take the sentry down here. Doing Pomabin is going to be deliciously satisfying. Well, he's no pushover, I'll give him that. Ooh, Sam's going to have to take a healing break here. Nice. Let's see. These sentries are kind of like the trolls, where they're like not quite dead yet. Well, let's see. I feel like, I can't remember, there's some kind of trick to it, but like, he uses the mirrors mostly to bounce his lightning bolts. Let's see.
Time to turn this one down.
Insist on receiving some aid. I will do so.
They've really got it in for her. Well, we've gotten rid of some of the copies, but basically what he's doing is a like an improved version of Magic Mirror, or Mirror Image rather. And so it's all about hitting the images, or you know, something to defeat him. I think... Oh, did we finally get rid of all the images? There we go. Lord. Oh, I hate that fight.
Here.
That is awful.
Done.
Well, let's see what that was. Wand of Lightning. So, that's what he was using. Well, we're just gonna rest again. Man. Double check some of this ammunition here.
I'm on it.
Phew. Well, that's satisfying anyway. That fight is notorious.
Done.
Ooh, suspended in midair above this small stone dais is the image of a gleaming shard of crystal. A strange bluish light radiates from the image, forming a luminescent curtain of energy that bars your passage across the room. That is either... I don't think that's Crenchennabon itself. If I remember correctly, the way that it works is that it creates a less powerful copy of itself inside each of the towers it manifests to sort of hold them up. Oh boy. Y'all ready?
You again. I admire your persistence, but come now. I think it is time you accepted the fact that it is not within your power to stop me.
I mean, we got here, didn't we? There we go. Why don't you step away from that stone and we'll show you what we're capable of.
There is no need for such empty threats. The only reason you are still alive is because I want you to witness this historical moment. Behold! The circle is complete! What was undone so long ago has been done once more. The doors to the lower planes have been thrown wide!
There's that Crypt Keeper voice.
And now my brethren are free to plunder this world for its immortal spoils. Soon the ranks of the Blood War army will swell with thousands of fresh souls.
Hold, Poquelin. It will take more than boasting to bring you victory this day.
Everard's here.
Jared's stone. I have never seen it.
Yeah, how'd you get here, though?
The glyphs. They dissolved once I felt Tempest within me, calling me to battle. I know now what I must do. What Jared had to do.
Stop. Don't. Come back.
The tale of Jared's stone is a lesson in sacrifice. Sacrificing oneself so that others might live. That was Jared's choice. It has taken me a long time, too long, to realize the nobility in such a gesture.
Well, at least he came around to it.
Fools! Do you think you can defeat me so easily? The priest has done nothing but delay the inevitable.
So now it's no longer Jared's stone, it's Everard's stone. And that's him, where he threw himself in there to seal the portal once again.
I still possess the secrets of unlocking the portal. It is only a matter of time before I open the gate once more.
Yeah, well, your time is up.
Over? On the contrary, my time has only just begun.
Oh, and the first thing he does is dispel all of your buffs, see? But that's okay. Alright. Let's pull out the big stops, kids. You know, she's not gotten to summon one monster this whole game. Let's fix that now. Oh wait, not the sword. Ooh, here we go. Iron golems. Oh no. Oh. And there's Poquelin's true form, Belhevet. There are shades attacking. Come on. Oh. They did it, folks.
Defeated at last, the stricken demon fell with a roar that shook the walls of the underground chamber. But the hero's moment of victory was short-lived, for as the form of their vanquished enemy lay broken upon the floor, so too was the power of the shard broken. The companions soon found themselves scrambling to escape as the fortress began to collapse around their ears. No sooner had they emerged from the secret threshold than the entire tower came crashing down, shattering into a million pieces. Triumphantly, the party of adventurers stood among the ruins, basking in the glory of final victory. And as the first rays of dawn glittered off the scattered fragments of the crystalline tower, a light snow began to fall over the once again peaceful town of Easthaven. And so ends the final chapter in my tale, with the forces of good triumphant over the forces of evil. It wasn't long before the destroyed town of Easthaven was rebuilt, and a new temple dedicated to Tempus was erected upon the site of the buried portal. As for the vanquished demon, Belhevet, defeated on the Prime, he was banished back to the depths of hell, where he languished for a period of 100 years, tormented by the memory of his mistakes, and waiting for the day he would return to Faerûn and exact his revenge.
Plot twist.
Yes, yes!
So there you go. Some of that ending maybe was a little bit overdone, but I love it anyway. I will never fault it for the melodrama. You'll see a lot of names you may recognize in here, like Chris Avallone and so on. Jeremy Soule, of course, did almost all of the music, if not all of it. Really famous fantasy video game and movie composer. There are voice actors. Tara Strong, you know her, right? Michael Bell, Greg Berger, John Cassier. Yep, it's a plot twist that I definitely was not expecting the first time that I played this game, because of course the narrator had been so neutral throughout the entire thing. There was no reason to suspect that the narrator was going to be involved in the actual story other than just via the retelling of it. So then when he starts to get upset, it's like, oh no. Well, so that was Icewind Dale. At least the vanilla game. We still have Heart of Winter waiting for us, but that will wait for our next stream. I'm going to go ahead and rest my sore throat, and I want to thank you all for being here for the entire game. Those of you who have come back every time, those of you who are just joining us for the first time, I appreciate you equally. I'm really glad that you were along for the ride for yet another game, my second game, and once again, this is a very special stream for me. This is the end of my first calendar year of doing this. So that's a big milestone for me, I feel like, and I'm really glad that you were all a part of it. So, I'm going to take a week off. No stream next Saturday, January the 4th. The one after that, January the 11th, we will come back and we will delve into Heart of Winter, where our party will continue their adventures, and we'll see what lies in store for Hatheland, Astrid, Sam, Sana, Motmic, and Keishara, and for all of you as well. Thank you, as always, for being part of my party, for making these adventures possible. Give me a like, follow, subscribe across social media, my Twitter, YouTube when I upload this tomorrow, Pillow Fort if you use Pillow Fort, the Facebook page, and so forth. Spread the word. If you enjoy this, come back next time. I'll see you January the 11th. And as always, thanks for playing.